Hello everyone and welcome to the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. I'm Dean, the host of the Unmasking the Narcissist channel and also the host of the N.A.R.C.N network, the Narcissistic Abuse and Recovery Care Network. Today I'd like to present to you guys episode 16 on the Unmasking the Narcissist channel, and the title of episode 16 is the Unaware Narcissist. So in this particular episode we're going to be talking just briefly about narcissists and whether or not they are actually self-aware. So if we look into some of the information that is currently out there on narcissistic abuse and narcissists themselves and also how they particularly behave, we can actually see that there are a great many instances where people or specialists or narcissistic experts point out that narcissists are actually aware of themselves and aware of what they do. But there are also a great many experts out there as well too who say that no, this is not actually true, and they present the actual scientific evidence to back up why this is particularly the case. I myself believe that there are some narcissists that are like medium to higher level that may actually be aware of what they are, and definitely greater level narcissists are usually for sure aware of what they are most of the time. But some lower levels, maybe not so much, and we're going to just examine a couple of examples here that are actually out on the internet right now and have been talked about by some other experts in narcissistic disorder. And we're just going to go into those particular points here. Now, when you look at a narcissist and you figure, oh, this narcissist, or perhaps, for instance, your narcissist, must absolutely be aware of what the heck it is they're doing to you. If they're mid-level or lower level, they're probably not aware. And I don't believe that narcissists are universally all aware of what they're doing, and I don't believe this because of the science of narcissism that I've been studying over the past 2 years or so. The things that I've learned about narcissistic behavior, the things that I've learned about narcissistic behavior indicate to me that not all narcissists are aware of what they are or what they're doing. So we're going to use one example that's a really great example, and it's somebody who's been in the news a lot lately, and that is Amber Heard. Now, Amber Heard has been the focal point and topic of a number of different narcissistic experts over the past couple of months. HD Tutor being one, and a few other narcissistic experts that are out there. But HD Tutor has an entire series on Amber Heard you could go look at on his channel. It's fascinating, and he basically picks everything out about her piece by piece and presents the example of why he believes that Amber Heard is not aware that she is a narcissist. And I think that all the examples that he makes on his channel are completely pristine and flawless, and I agree completely with what he says. That being said, if we use Amber Heard as an example here of a narcissist who is not aware really of what she's doing, we can look at one particular instance of why this might be the case, and that is this particular thing. When you out a narcissist, especially if it's on a grandiose scale, or if you out them, let's say, in social media, or you out them on a very grand public scale in a medium like YouTube or some other video medium, or just in the general tabloids, most narcissists that would be aware of what they were, they would immediately go into emergency mode and try to not only protect what the public sees about them in social media and in the world in general, how they're operating, but they will also try to start changing some behavioral things about themselves as far as how they're conducting their personal business and other things that are going on in relation to these particular things. Now, by example here, Amber Heard is doing a few of those things. But the one thing she is not doing after this whole Johnny Depp fiasco trial that she's been through, that she actually lost, is if she was smart, she would stop doing the things that are constantly agitating her situation and further making her look like a nut job or like she's a narcissist. But she's not doing that. And this is an indicator that she is not aware of what she really is. Because the second a narcissist becomes either completely self-aware or they become paranoid that people know what they are, they will back away from trying to cause further trouble, especially when they're in the public eye. She's not doing any of this. She's still trying to countersue Johnny. She's trying to do all this stuff. She's at odds with her legal team. She's at odds with other people around her. She's basically continuing to propagate that behavior that indicates that she is a narcissist or maybe narcissistic, and she's not trying to hide any of this. A narcissist is aware of this. They would back off and try to get out of the public eye and try to take the attention away from them. She is not doing any of this. She is continually still in the news, and we're still seeing stuff about her, and we're still seeing stuff about her wanting to go back and try to resue Johnny again and all this stuff. This is not what an aware narcissist does. They will go back into their corner and they will regroup and they will retry to figure out how to get control of the situation in a way that does not put them in the public eye, that does not make them look like a narcissist, that does not further propagate their behavior that would make them look like a narcissist, and they will get away from doing these things. Amber Heard is not doing this. She is doing the complete opposite on most levels of what this is for a narcissist that is aware. And this is why some of the experts on the internet have said that she is not aware of what she is. And this is the difference between an aware narcissist or a fully aware narcissist and one that doesn't think that they are a narcissist. Now, there can be some discrepancies within these two things for sure, because there are some narcissists that may be aware of what they are but still behave in a manner that doesn't target them as being a narcissist, and they may be wise enough to get away from that, because as we know, most narcissists work the same way, but there is variance in between the behaviors of narcissists of different levels and cadres. So this is not a universal role everywhere, or universal rule for everywhere for all of them. But that being said, Amber is displaying a lot of the things that would make narcissistic experts tag her as being a narcissist who is not really aware of what they are. And here's a good example. She is really a great example of this in this particular instance. So, when it comes to the unaware narcissist, some of the things that pop out about them is that if you're dealing with a narcissist and you suddenly approach them and say, hey, I think you're a narcissist dealing with me, what's the first thing they try to do? They try to deny it and get away from it. Does that mean that they are aware or not aware? It doesn't mean anything either particular way. It would depend on the level of the narcissist, the abuse that they're dealing with you, what you have to deal with them, their dialogue with you, how they're acting with you. These are all factors that go into there to determining whether or not that narcissist is aware or unaware of what they are. But I think that the universal idea that a lot of psychology websites have out there, that all narcissists are aware that they're narcissists, I believe that this is inherently false. Because other narcissistic experts out there who are very high level and know what they're talking about, they say otherwise. And with the research I've done over the past 2 to 3 years, sir, I would disagree with this as well too. I do not believe that all narcissists are fully aware of what they are. I believe that some are, and that there's certain criteria that you have to look for to determine whether or not the narcissist you're dealing with is actually aware that they are or are not aware that they are a narcissist. And there's definitely variance to these things. So this was just a short point I wanted to make here in episode 16. Hopefully this clarified a little bit of what goes on with the narcissist and whether or not they are self-aware or not. Of course, there's plenty more research on the internet. You can look up some of the narcissistic experts like Sam Vaknin or HD Tutor or Dr. Ramani and many others up there who have a lot of information on this particular topic. See what they say about this. You know, I always encourage everybody to go and look at all the narcissistic information that they can gather if they're dealing with a narcissistic abuse situation, because the more you can learn, the better off you'll be, and the quicker you'll be able to surmount a narcissistic abuse event. So, you know, look these experts up and see what they say particularly about this. But these are my particular ideas on this subject, and I just wanted to share you with them on my channel here today. So I'm going to say to you guys, stay tuned. I've got some more episodes coming up on the N.A.R.C.N network and on the Unmasking the Narcissist network. I hope you guys catch those episodes coming up. I'm going to bid you guys a great day, and I'll see you really soon.